Great show, Charlotte. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was great fun, Louise. Enjoyed that. People should know that it scientifically improves their life if they are a Patreon subscriber. I mean, really. It's actually that's science.
It's science, right? You can't argue with that. It's been peer-reviewed.
Yeah. Actually, I got someone who sent me a very sweet email a couple of weeks ago saying, now that I'm a patron, I'm so happy when I listen to the show because I know I helped make it possible. I think that scientifically proves it raises your happiness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Completely does.
We got some titles at showbot.tv. Separation of Net and State, The 100 Years Tech War. Xbox 361 because of the backwards compatibility. Fax? Really?
Well, faxes are still important. I think they're still the only government-recognized form of signature outside of you physically signing it in front of them.
I don't know. I've digitally signed stuff and
me too.
I literally have no idea what a fax is.
I just remember signing my mortgage papers. I had to fax it directly.
Well, that may be true. I don't know.
Wait, Charlotte, are you actually serious?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I genuinely don't remember when I would have sent a fax in my life.
The last time I sent a fax was when I bought a house. That's why I brought that up.
We used to use fax when I was working in the movie industry. We would have scouters send stuff by physical email photos and stuff like that of locations, and we would send faxes to rent them and stuff like that. It was a long time ago.
But
it was so slow.
You can never know when a fax had got through. You sort of send stuff and it would disappear in the ether. Maybe it got to the person. Maybe it
That's
didn't.
why you needed to have them on the phone as you were doing it. Say, are you getting it? Did you get it now? Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I actually like Twitter's Tentacles Everywhere as the title.
Ooh,
Twitter's
nice alliteration. I like we choose to go to the moon not because they are easy, but because we will get reimbursed if we do. But it's a bit long.
If we're
that's brilliant.
Yeah. It's actually I'm going to vote for it anyway, just because it deserves recognition.
Yeah.
I think Well, can we do a smaller one of we go to the moon not because it's easy, but because we get reimbursed?
It's getting there. It's a good edit.
It's just too good to let it go, I think.
Yeah, I know.
We go moon not because easy, because reimbursed.
Moon no easy, get reimbursed.
How about just say moon reimburse?
I think that's a little bit too far.
Yeah, now we're starting to reduce it. Yeah. You guys don't like Twitter's Tentacles Everywhere?
Quite good, but I'm just in love with
do you want me to vote on it? I'll vote on it. I'll raise it by 1.
Where is it?
There. It's number 3.
All right.
Not 3, but it's...
I voted for it as well, but
okay.
It's a sympathy vote.
It's the main topic too.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's why separation of net and state couldn't. Oh,
I'm gonna put the moon thing.
Sorry.
Is your baby eating you?
She does a lot of things. She pinches me, bites me, grabs my hair. But she was just grabbing on the headset, so I was just pulling it off. Actually, I was thinking about what you were saying about the China drones thing, and I think, Tom, you brought up a very interesting thing I didn't consider initially, is that the trade aspect. Because right now the U.S. and 12 other countries are going through the Trans-Pacific Partnership Free Trade Deal. Every major country in the Pacific is included except China. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it.
That might.
Yeah, it really seems like something that is not sustainable on the long term.
Because I don't buy the must maintain security. China's known for selling you whatever you want. Even the stuff that the Russians won't sell you, they'll sell you. Landmines.
Everything must go.
EU and the stuff Russia won't sell you.
Is it? Yeah, I was going to say. Charlotte, I'm going to put we chose to go to the moon not because it was easy, but because we got reimbursed in the show description.
Yeah.
Nice.
It will not be wasted, Dark Redeemer.
Too good to let it go.
So did you go with the tentacles?
Yeah. Who doesn't like tentacles?
Someone with tentacle phobia. I'm sure there's an actual phobia related to that.
Tentaphobia.
Might be a phobia for babies.
All right. Well, I'm exporting the show, but and Charlotte, you're welcome to hang out if you want. If you need to go, go. Don't feel like you have to hang around.
What time are we? I don't know. It's like 10:15 here.
Yeah.
Way past my bedtime, I tell you.
Well, then head to get some sleep, get some rest.
So that was really good fun. Thank you for having me. I'll post it up on my website, tweet it out and stuff.
Excellent. And we'll have you back if you'd like to come back.
Yeah, no, that would be great fun. We can have this burgeoning cross channel.
Yeah. Cross several channels on this episode. It was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Be interesting to see if they bring that Twitter thing to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it works out for them, I think they're going to bring it everywhere.
Yeah, my guess is it must have worked okay. Like Japan must have been their first dabble, and it worked well enough to try it in the US.
Yeah.
And then if it works there, they'll bring it everywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
And Charlotte will be sorry and sad.
So mad about it.
Uninstalling Twitter apps right and left.
Leave my Twitter alone.
Just leave it. This is what tech companies do. I don't understand why they do it. When things are good, they're like, if we don't do something new, people will get bored. Let's do a new thing that's not really necessary.
Well, with Twitter in particular, the investors are beating them up, saying, "Why aren't you doing more to get new users?" So, yeah, it's
well, and they're not making a lot of money, are they? I think that's the problem. They're not. Their benefits.
They could be making a lot of money.
They're making plenty. They're comfortable. The investors are just greedy.
Well,
they have enough to live on.
I mean, they're probably going to be fine.
Right. They can afford a nice place.
Yeah. No, I feel like Jack Dorsey and Biz Stone's bank accounts are going to be okay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like, I think they're probably all right, but stop ruining my Twitter. Go and play with Square if you need to play with something. Leave my Twitter alone.
Well, that's a good question, right? Was this a Dorsey thing, or was this a Costello thing that's still just, hanging around?
But Jack Dorsey's not going to be able to hang around, are they? They don't want him to become the
They pretty much said that. Like, Jack, you have to leave at the end of the night.
Well, he could abandon Square and dedicate himself to Twitter, but I don't see that happening.
No.
Square's like his little baby that he wants.
Yeah, although it's not doing as well as he hoped it would have done initially, so maybe he's gonna come back to Twitter because it's bigger.
That's one product that changed that got me upset. I loved the geofencing on Square's wallet, and then they just killed it. They said, it's not working, we're out.
Has Square come at all into France, Patrick? I've never seen it in the UK.
No, I mean, I know it's available, but no one uses it. The best you're going to see is people in conventions, I guess, using it for, to sell their small wares.
I've never ever seen it in the UK.
Yeah.
What about those kiosks you go to in the plaza that sell scarves? Do they use Square there, Patrick?
Well, those are super hipster people, so it doesn't count. You mean Scarf Plaza, that one?
Yes, the famous Scarf Plaza.
It's next to Barry Plaza in France.
Right next to it. The scarves are a thing on the Frog Pant networks where we officiate.
Yes. Those scarves.
Are you scarfless today, Patrick?
Well, it's like 34 degrees in Paris. So 34 being what?
Aren't you worried about getting too much sun?
Not when I'm inside. When I go outside, of course. But
do they have like summer scarves?
The summer scarves are the winter scarves, sir. We do not compromise style for comfort.
So I guess athletic scarves are out. Have little earbud holders so you can run your iPod or iPhone audio.
We leave those to, once the Americans start using scarves, I'm sure they'll desecrate them with these kinds of arrangements.
We'll put monster trucks on them. And
yeah, exactly.
Well, we'll do one that's refrigerated. You'll have like little cooling units in the scarves.
And straws and places for your beer.
Oh, God.
Beer scarf, that would be the dream.
Right?
Think how good that would be. Beer scarf.
It's perfect. Get on that, Earth.
Zoe in the chat room is asking if she can interest me in a crochet scarf. Actually, my wife is making one for me.
Oh, is she?
So, yeah, she started doing it.
Oh, that's great.
So, thank you, Zoe. But
can't believe it's 34 degrees in Paris. The weather sucks here.
I laugh because, English people, their misery amuses me.
And our obsession with the weather.
Wow. Just wet there, huh? Okay.
Well, it was easy. Sorry. Now you're making me feel bad. It was a joke, okay? I love English people.
I'm going to go and cry myself.
Some of my favorite friends are English. Some of
my best friends are English. It's not their fault. They were born that way.
We're just here and eating slightly blander food than Patrick does.
I don't know. That used to be true, but now with the whole curry scene, at the very least.
I have to say, I went to England a few years ago and had curry. My friend told me, this place is nice, come and try it out. It felt like I had never eaten curry in my life before. It was so wonderful. I discovered something. So I should really be a little bit more careful when I make fun of English people.
Cities of England invented their own curries. I think was it tikka masala comes from Birmingham.
There you go.
Yeah,
Tikka masala is good too. Good job, Birmingham.
Yeah, no, they invented that one, I think. So yeah.
I think it was a way to sell it to the native population. It's like, how do we get people to eat this stuff? Well, our level of spiciness might be a little too hot. Let's change it. Let's tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's actually the same way why at least in the U.S., you go into a Chinese restaurant, there's at least 24 items I look at. It's like, I guarantee you no Chinese person's ever eaten any of this. Especially if it glows or it's deep fried.
English Chinese food is just entirely made up. I mean, it's just nonsense.
If you have Netflix, there's a great documentary on that they have called General Tso's Chicken, and it goes into the entire history. It's like a little documentary trying to uncover where General Tso's chicken comes from, because it doesn't exist in China, even though the general did, and it was highly unlikely he ever ate anything remotely, like that food. And it was basically an invention by Chinese immigrants to sell a food item that was relatively inexpensive to make with the chicken, but at the same time the customers would like and come back. And what's interesting is there's like a variation. There's no master recipe of General Tso's chicken, and it's weird because then they tie it back to this Taiwanese chef who supposedly created it in Taiwan, but then brought it over and introduced it in the 60s into the New York food scene. And then I guess another Chinese restaurant stole the idea, and they just kind of ran with it and made it popular.
So we basically took all the food and ruined it. I hear you.
Oh, it's pretty good.
It makes money. That's really the important thing when you run a restaurant.
It's weird how the food styles migrate like that. The weirdest restaurant I've ever eaten at was an Italian Hong Kong restaurant in San Francisco. So someone in Hong Kong had opened an Italian restaurant and located it to the Hong Kong palate, and then people from Hong Kong had moved to California in large enough numbers that enough of them would want to eat the kind of Italian food they remembered from back home, and so opened a store in San Francisco. It's just
it's
the
weird.
maddest thing I've ever heard.
It's the same reason why pretty much every Japanese restaurant in the Bay Area is run by Koreans. There are very few Japanese people left in that business, because if you know anything about restaurant business, the margins are super thin. And but restaurants are one of the things that immigrants start up because it's the easiest to do. And other than having your waiters talk to the customers, a majority of the staff don't. So you don't really need to learn the language, and you can do what you need to do.
The Japanese restaurants in Paris are usually managed by Chinese people. It's all Chinese people.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
The French restaurants in California are all managed by the English.
No,
that's not true. That's not true. I just wanted to
tell me that.
I just wanted to scare Patrick.
Just come over to spite.
Tom. That's not even funny. You don't play with my heart like that.
Usually, there's an English person involved, though.
Of course there is.
Like funding it, or at least getting the idea.
Right. Who do you think finances all of
themselves with filthy lucre?
That is fine, Roger. Just keep them out of the kitchen. That's the only thing.
French always need us to sort them out at some point.
Right.
It keeps happening.
All right.
But listen, really, some of my best friends are English.
All right, we're going to stop the broadcast now. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I hope this one didn't get munged by the YouTube encoders. Have a good day.